What's up? It's been a while. It's been incredibly hot and raining at the same time, so it's humid. Heading out to the tea shop. Been working on getting my new product developed and working on a website. Realized this is a lot of work. I gotta take a bunch of photos, gotta write a bunch of descriptions, I gotta write a lot of instructions. I gotta write basically a biography, an autobiography of the company. Lots of work, but I'm glad that all of the things are starting to tie together. I'm basing it off of a Shopify site. I'm using a custom storefront, so I'm interacting 100% with the API, and that's been, I've learned a lot. How about that? I'll say that I've grown. And also decided to use a tool called Framer to develop the website, which is also a bit of a learning gap for me because I am a developer and I'm used to coding and code. I'm not really the most visual person, but I had to make an executive decision not long ago to use Framer because we're going to be posting content on this site and I don't want to be a blocker. No, I don't want to have to be in the middle of everything. There are other partners, and if they would like to post something, I would like for them to be able to do it themselves without, having me come in and do it, maybe having to develop custom code or anything. So it's very much, pros and cons of going with this strategy, but so far I think it's going to work out. And now that I've gotten over the biggest hump of learning, it's not too bad. I'm actually a little bit satisfied with what I'm getting now. I think I'm going to take the toll, maybe. Nah, I'm not going to take the toll. I'll take the street. Actually, no, that's a lie. I am going to take the toll because it's been raining, so there might be water on the streets. Alright, let's hope that this bag misses me. So I figured out, or not figured out, I should say, I decided what photos I need to take of all the products, and I want to say we have, it's probably 100 or so. It may be more, maybe a little bit less, but I got to take 4 photos of each product. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I needed that one. It's been a while. Been driving that bitch ass Tesla for a minute. Unrelated, I went to Austin for a day in a Tesla, and it took 30 minutes to charge. It's like, who the hell has time for this shit? Wasn't a fan. No, it's not the most comfortable car, in my opinion. I have the Model Y. It's way less comfortable than where I'm coming from. I had a Ram TRX that was stolen. I had the 2021 and 22, I forget which one, AMG G63. That was a lot more comfortable. I had heated and cooled seats, and buttons. Before that, it was a bunch of Porsches, all of which are incredibly, everything about them is more comfortable. From the ride quality, the noise level, of road noise. not talking about engine noise. I like engine and exhaust noise. I don't really appreciate a car that doesn't make a sound. It's kind of lame, if you ask me. So I like this bike right here. It makes all kinds of beautiful noises. Anyway, back to what I'm doing for this e-commerce thing. I gotta set up bank account stuff. I gotta create another email. For like email campaign type stuff, and I also got to set up the email for customer support. Right now they're on the site, but they aren't actually observed. So what I'm thinking of doing is creating an alias for one of them, and then I can have that go to all of the people in the organization who have the domain as their email address. And then the other one may be a separate account. The reason for that is that I can use it for identity. So if I want to be able to log into third-party systems or services and all that kind of stuff, what I could do is say, all right, well, this account is meant for that, and all of the people on the team who may need to be able to access that can do so. It's a lot, you know? I get to play IT person. I got to figure out marketing strategy. Got to go set up a bunch of social media accounts, get all of those linked up to everything. Got to get the Facebook pixel, got to get the Google Analytics key set up, Google Tag Manager, and then I got to figure out, how do I want to handle segmentation? There is Segment.io. I think it's called Segment, if I'm not mistaken, No, I think they got bought by Twilio. Now that I think about it, yes, I got to figure out what I want to do for user engagement. Because I have a forum where people can, share their email and all that kind of stuff. But I also want to make it a little bit more useful to people instead of just saying, hey, like, this is an email collection form. So one of the questions, there are a few questions, but one of the questions that I want to ask is, what are your favorite types of teas? Are you drinking tea for health benefits or because you prefer tea? Like why? Questions like that. Because then I can offer more personalized things in the future. Also, I want to do a loyalty program, so I got to figure out how I'm gonna make that happen in this Framer context. Fortunately, you can develop custom code. You can create components and all that kind of stuff. It's all React, actually. And learning that it's React, I've noticed it behind the scenes, but ever since I've learned that, it makes my mental model, having that mental model makes it easier for me to reason about how I can accomplish certain things. And I was also wondering, is this also an opportunity to start building Framer plugins? Because some of the things that I may want to do may not exist yet. So I may be forced to develop some plugins to solve my own problems, but then that means I can also offer them in the Framer marketplace, maybe make a bit of side income. So it raises a bunch of questions. Right now I have two companies. One is my tech thing, and the other one is a media thing, so I got to figure out how I want to split this. We also got to create a new company for the tea stuff. Other than the humidity today, it feels really pleasant outside. It's not too hot. Other than the humidity, of course. I'm low-key wondering if I should just go to the front. How much time do I have? Nah, we're good. It's nice to get out and have a little bit of a low-key ride, no? Just more of a cruise. It's still an errand, you know, I'm commuting, per se. You know, I'm actually going somewhere that I have to be, but it's nice to be able to do it on the bike. I've been driving the car, hating it. I actually need to take the bike to get serviced. It's got like a timer on it. It said that it's 14 days past due. I haven't really ridden it that often. So it's not based on miles, it's purely based on time. So gotta get an oil change. Oh man, don't want to go in that water right there. Yeah, gotta get an oil change. And may as well change the air filter and all that kind of shit. So I'm gonna do that soon. Also gotta make sure that the tire pressure is at the ideal amount. And I may also adjust the suspension a little bit, or get it adjusted a little bit. I lost some weight since I got the bike. I think I lost like 15 or so pounds. So that's kind of a large difference on a bike. And the suspension was set up for my weight when I first got the bike. I was at 220-ish with all of my gear on. This maybe like 230, 235. Right now I'm probably at like 220 with all of my gear on. I'm still like 200 and like I think 210 pounds, one of those. Basically, I just add 10 pounds or so for my gear. I wear all the gear all the time. I think they call it AGAT. And by they, I'm talking about motorcycle rider people. On the other front, I got a random interview for a new company. I'll be doing that Monday. Maybe this video will be out before then, maybe it'll be out after, I don't know. I'm here a little early. I said I'll be here around 12:30, but anytime I ride the bike, I always get here extra early. And I don't think it's because I'm going at a high rate of speed. I mean, it could be part of the reason, but it's definitely not the main reason.